Rowdies are back on track following a 2-0 victory over Miami on Saturday night. Tonight, it's an old school USL rivalry renewed as the Charleston Battery are in town to take on Tampa Bay. It's Charleston and Tampa Bay coming up next. Welcome everybody to Al Lang Stadium as the tension builds. Tonight we got quite a matchup. The Tampa Bay Rowdies and Charleston Battery, two old school familiar names in USL Championships locking horns. Great to have you with us, everybody. Drew Felios alongside Ryan Davis. Now it's the second matchup between these two teams this year. The Battery absolutely put it on the Rowdies 3-0. Ryan, what do you think has to change coming in here tonight? Well,
I think we're starting to see signs of it already. Defensive continuity. The midfield, the forward line, and the defense starting to link up and close those gaps so players can't get into those little channels to create havoc. The Rowdies have done that against Nona in the US Open Cup. They did that just last weekend and got the victory over on Saturday night. So I think if they continue that defensive continuity, it will then spread into attack and results will come.
Yeah, tremendous fluidity they had on Saturday night, especially along that front. Felix Schroeder was outstanding. He got the Rowdies on the board.
Well, this man was about 6 weeks off the pace from the rest of the players. He's finally worked his way back into the game. His professionalism, his experience, getting behind the ball, tackling, making runs through the channels, and finishing when he's supposed to. He's a huge asset to the team.
Let's talk about that back line for the Rowdies. Hard to believe tonight will be Aaron Guillen's 100th appearance as a Tampa Bay Rowdy. It has gone by quickly, hasn't it?
The new Capitan is in the house, and he has an extra gear of speed, and he also has that leadership quality to really take care of that left centre-back position, which is not easy. A natural left footer, good in distribution, excellent on defense.
This Charleston team is outstanding. We'll talk about the Battery coming up next. It's Tampa Bay and Charleston. We've got the kickoff on ESPN+. Stay tuned.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions, and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
On a Wednesday night. Cannot wait. Let's take a look at the starters first for Charleston. The great Trey Muse, 248 saves coming into tonight for the Battery. He is in net. Traeger and Williams with Barajas, number 11, who is absolutely electric for Charleston.
That 4-3-1-2, Drew, is going to be a nice, tight, compact formation. Don't forget Leland Archer and A.J. Patterson at the back anchoring. Oh, don't forget Augie Williams leading the attack for this Charleston crew tonight.
So ultra talented Arturo Rodriguez, he'll come off the bench for the Battery, had that game winner on Saturday. And for the Rowdies, how about Cal Jennings? getting his first goal in green and gold. Schroeder, we told you about. Martinez also was a rock, number 30 for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, he always creating something whenever he gets the ball at his feet over the last 19 minutes. But a lot of pressure on Ekra and Hilton to keep up with that nice, snug diamond formation the Charleston Battery has tonight. The Rowdies midfield is going to have to get compact with Antley and Dalgard. It should be a lot of fun in the center circle.
Connor Sparrow was outstanding as well on Saturday for the Rowdies. His first game for Tampa Bay against USL Championship competition. And the big story, Aaron Guillen's Island. It's number 100 here tonight. Seemed like just yesterday the club brought him aboard, and what a success story this young man has been.
And to keep him here was another thing as well. I mean, he has so much talent. He has next level talent, as they say. But he's a proud Rowdy. He's a Centurion now and part of a distinguished club. And the left centre-back position, Drew, is very hard to replicate. A left-sided player to play in that very defensive-minded position.
You know, one person whose fingerprints are all over both of these clubs, the great Lee Cohen. He's not in the stadium tonight. So many years with the Rowdies, now team president of the Charleston Battery. We know he's watching us tonight as we're underway from Al Lang Stadium, Tampa Bay and Charleston. And this Charleston team, they are so talented.
You know, 2 wins, 2 draws. The only undefeated team left in USL. They take care of things defensively, only conceding 4 in their first 4 games. But their conversion rate, Drew, is the 3rd in the league in conversion. When they get a chance, they gobble it up.
So Charleston in the white. Rowdies, of course, the iconic green and gold. Schroeder comes near side with it. Sebastian Dalgard tonight starts in the 11. Take a look at the injury report. Ryan, so far, Rowdies just a little bit dinged up with Harivo and Armin.
You know, these are 2 projected starters at the beginning of the season. So talking to Coach Collins, he didn't make a big deal of it, but we knew it sort of hurt him without having Zach Harivo and Armin in the lineup.
And as far as our keys to the match are concerned, what do you think the Rowdies have to do first?
Well, going back to that defensive continuity, and they're going to have to look at that spot in between the defense and the midfield. That's where Barajas and Markkanen like to operate. If they get wiggle free in that spot, the centre-backs have to push up and narrow that gap. Now, for the Charleston Battery, well, the Rowdies love to keep the ball at home. They need to control the tempo, get the ball out of the Rowdies' feet, and start dictating the pace of the game.
Jan Ekra sends it far side. Take a look at Ben Pearman. For years, Mike Anhauser was the head coach of this franchise. He was the face of it for so long. And Schroeder tracks back. Trey Muse gets his hands on it for the first time, but now it's Coach Ben, and he's coming off a red card suspension, so happy to be back on the sidelines.
I tell you what, but you take a look around at the roster, and they have some really marquee names. Augie Williams, he's been around for a while. Leland Archer, of course, and AJ Patterson. So he has some leaders to work with that are going to set the tempo and set the trends in the dressing room and sort of carry out that mission on the field.
Chris Allen sends it in motion, former Memphis 901 FC. And Connor Antley now hard charging for Tampa Bay. Antley had that dynamic assist on Saturday. It's windy here tonight, 72 degrees. The temperature feels like perfect soccer weather, but I'll tell you what, good luck to the goalkeepers tonight, because that ball's going to be moving around.
Yeah, it's going to come to the back of Charleston, so they're going with the wind tonight. The Rowdies have started up going against the wind, and we'll be going with the wind in the second half.
Here come the Battery, attacking from that left wing. See Jordan Doherty over there. Charleston now will send one shot on, and it will go just to the left. Connor Sparrow in position.
True, I think Markkanen heard exactly what you said. A little bit of wind at his back, and he let it fly. Now Connor Sparrow, interesting, just had an injury in the offseason, but it just sounds like it's his position to lose, Drew. Looks like the Rowdies really have a lot of faith in him. He has so much experience in the championship. Of course, coming off a lengthy spell with Miami.
Dotson now tosses it in. Leland Archer, 6th season with the Battery, number 5 in white. Longest tenured Charleston player on the field. Here comes Martinez for Tampa Bay. His presence was just awesome for Coach Collins on Saturday. This is Chris Allen, the Englishman, sending it forward. Tampa Bay right there to take it away in the midfield. Lewis Hilton doing what he does best.
Look at how quickly that gap closed between the midfield and the defense when that ball was played into the channel, Drew. That's the example I spoke about.
Martinez went down hard, and here come the battery. Barajas, he is so good. Oh, Charleston nearly went on top quickly, but the offside flag does go up. Still though, hold your breath.
Well, we loved the way the Rowdies closed down initially before this attack occurred, but all of a sudden these guys get in front of the center backs and they create havoc, constant movement, and they stay very tight knit. And look at that high press, trying to get the Rowdies out of their rhythm. Tell you what, this Charleston Battery team, there is no fluke to their record.
Chris Allen takes it away, gets it now to Tristan Traeger. Allen out of the center circle, sends it near side here. Derek Dotson.
Derek Dotson already has an assist. They're going to get all their width from their wingback, their fullbacks in Dotson and Wine with this tight diamond-shaped formation in the middle.
It was a thrilling win for Charleston on Saturday. Came over Hartford and really came in the final seconds off a free kick. So Arturo Rodriguez doing the honors. Just the fact that that was such an emotional game. Rowdies kind of cruised. You think the Rowdies maybe have a little bit of the emotional edge heading into tonight because they haven't exhausted quite as much.
Yeah, and I think they have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder from the result 3-4 weeks ago. So you add the confidence from the last two games, and then you bring that emotion into the game.
Seb Dalgard goes down hard for the Rowdies. He's clutching that left ankle.
Seb Dalgard is the only change in this Rowdy lineup from Saturday night, replacing Dion Harris. He's a trusty confidant of Neil Collins, understands what the coach wants, and plays at a different tempo as Dion Harris. Dion Harris is the road runner. He's going to get to the byline as quick as he can. Seb plays with a little bit of jazz, that sort of slow but quick tempo at the same time.
There you see the tackle. Aaron Guillen now will put it in motion for Tampa Bay. See that when picking up down on the field. And you notice the field, how beautiful it is. Probably don't talk about it enough. The brand new surface put in the offseason here at Al Lang. And it is by far the best in the league.
And what about being preserved because of the new training ground? A lot less wear and tear during the week.
That's a great point. This is Doherty. Martinez now will go. Savvy veteran is Ariel Martinez. Sebastian Dalgard now sizing things up. Dalgard heading right. Dalgard sends it to Antley. Antley surveying on the ground, and it's cleared here momentarily.
Love what Seb Dalgard did. Took his time, took his player on, then created space for Connor Antley. You just want Connor Antley to be able to whip those balls in exactly what he did on Saturday night. Just need some consistency from that right-hand side from Antley. He's so productive, but you want that finished product on a more consistent basis.
Ball will head out. Trey Muse will have a goal kick for Charleston. Battery also with the win over Savannah franchise in the Open Cup play, as the Rowdies also had one of those last week as well.
Those are always tricky games. The other team has nothing to lose. A lot of the times you're rotating your squad, but you still have to get a win. You can't afford to lose to those lower end teams. So it's always tricky for the higher end team.
Yeah, that can do a number on your morale.
Yeah,
right?
If you lose that.
Freddie Kleeman gets a head on it. So does Antley. Now, good job by the Battery finding feet. Archer sending it to Dotson. Jan Ekra, his best performance on Saturday as well.
Tell you what about Lewis Hilton with that assist to Kyle Jennings, the icing on the cake, 30th assist for the General.
Yeah, Ekra on Saturday night, that was his 250th USL appearance.
And it says a lot about this group of players, right? Aaron Guillen, Jan Ekra, Lewis Hilton, achieving all these numbers. They've sort of been playing together for the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, true marquee names.
Yeah.
Suiting up for the Rowdies. Dahlgaard looks like he is okay after going down part of that tackle. And now Seb tries to get a foot on it as the ball heads out of bounds. So Rowdies come in with a combined 5 points. If you think that win Saturday didn't mean a lot, man, it put the Rowdies back in the mix in the standings. I know we're still so early in the season, but these games can be absolutely critical when you look at them in the months of September, October. You look back at the results, and of course that 3 points that the Rowdies didn't get earlier in the season here certainly comes to mind.
You know, it just doesn't seem that any team as yet is grabbing the shirt by the scruff and starting to take the lead and the initiative. Everyone's still starting to feel their way out in this young season.
See the Rowdies just kind of sitting back right now. Archer trying to go over the top, and Traeger will track it down. Pulls it back.
Tell you what, I think the Rowdies dodged a bullet there. You cannot give the midfield that much time on the ball, or else they're going to pick out their targets, and it's always a lot of pressure on the centre backs to then have to retrieve or track that ball back.
See that when the effect it is having here early on. Coach Neil Collins, sigh of relief to get his first victory of the season against arch rival Miami. Absolutely loved the effort. The Rowdies were well in control from the start of that match. Here's Barajas. Try and change the point of attack. Oh, flying through for Tampa Bay. It's Jordan Doherty. No, that's Antley actually who got in there.
Antley committed to the challenge. A lot of the time, the intent the referees don't like. He just sort of threw himself behind the ball. Did get there first though. Gets piece of the ball, but the man as well. Usually that's just a good hard tackle, but you understand the referees these days, and Antley was not in position and just sort of threw his body behind the ball to compensate. That shows about the foul count for the Rowdies this season. They have not been in position with their players, and as a result has been giving up a lot of free kicks in the first five games of the season.
So it's Schroeder, Jennings, and Martinez forming the wall.
How much confidence do you think Rodriguez has?
Barajas, a goal to his credit. Only 17 years old. Just incredible talent from number 11. Also, Dante Polvar right there. 10 years older, over 100 appearances. Here it comes, and it is just to the left. That was close.
Well, it was Dante Polvara, and he just whips this one down in the corner pocket, and it was just a foot away from the inside corner. Great free kick.
Hilton getting airborne. Martinez. Doherty will track it down for Tampa Bay.
Good Charleston forcing the issue, pressing high, trying to disrupt things early in the defensive third for the Rowdies. When you have a 4-3-1-2 right down the middle, it gets so compact. But the only way the Rowdies can beat this press is to go around it using Dalgard. Looks like they're going to have them do this one over.
Aaron Ginn comes out with it. Schroeder, touch. And here's Lewis Hilton. Up to Martinez. Rowdies working quickly. Martinez goes down hard for the second time.
Gabriel Martinez had Connor Antley yawning on that sideline. But you understand his mindset, the Cuban, willing to take players on. And as a coach, you're going to have to live with that.
Schroeder has it taken away again. Battery winning some of those 50-50 balls. And 10 tries to get it right back. Hilton battling in a crowd. 4 against number 4, Chris Allen. Able to win it. And now here's Kleeman. Freddie Kleeman, impressive.
That was a heads-up play by Kleeman, completely taking the sting out of the play by using the outside of his foot and retreating to the keeper.
Martinez now, little space to operate. Gets it up to Cal Jennings. Jennings goes down hard just outside the center circle. Well, Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com. 16th minute. Still scoreless here at Al Link. Drew Felios, Ryan Davis, and our Tampa Bay Rowdies crew bringing you Rowdies soccer here on this Wednesday. Dotson trying to move forward. It's Barajas again. And the flag will go up. Easy call for the official.
Well, a high line by the Rowdies, very disciplined, not backing up and allowing space behind the defense. Creating the offside call, but you love what this battery midfield can do. Between Markkanen and Barajas, just so exciting when they get the ball at their feet.
Beautiful Al Link Stadium on a Wednesday night. This is also Young Professionals networking night. Ryan, just curious, did you bring business cards here to the stadium?
I think I left mine at home, Drew.
A couple resumes. It's always a good time to interview, you know, and that's that section tonight. Very, very busy. The young professionals doing a little mingling with the business cards, the emails.
What about the not so young professionals? Do they have a group there as well?
I used to have the energy right out of college, you know.
Yes.
Giving everybody my business card, not so much anymore. Schroeder tries to go. Oh, he's taken down just outside the 18-yard box. And our official is right there, Sergei Boyko, all over it.
Savvy play by the German. Showed the defender the ball and just took it away from him. He showed the ball here and then took it right away from his feet, drawing the foul. He's playing with so much confidence now after the Nona game, and then against Miami getting that goal.
So this one's going to be right on that line. And let's see, Lewis Hilton looks like he's going to take this. Martinez also could be the one here. We'll see.
It's always tricky when it's so close, though. It's right on that line. Is there enough distance to get the ball up and over the wall and with dip to get under the crossbar? Takes a lot of guile. And don't forget, they're going against the wind on this one.
This is one of those you may need a little chip instead of a drive, right?
I don't know. You know, sometimes it's so close, you may want to go for the drive. Looks like Lewis Hilton just...
Hilton tried to send it right through that wall. Ekra able to hold it up. And the Rowdies will now chase it down with Sparrow.
Well, he tried to buy some angle by the little pass to Martinez. But as soon as he took the ball indirectly, immediately the wall covered it.
Connor Antley being held, and late the official jumps in finally. And a yellow card going to be assessed, rightfully so, as Declan Wynn was hanging on to Antley for dear life.
Well, Declan Wynn, the left back, after 18 minutes gets caution. That's a long, long stretch for him to go now with a yellow card. Antley with the nutmeg. And looks like Wynn wants to borrow Antley's shirt.
Antley looked back and said, this guy's trying to undress me here. Come on.
Is there a law against that?
Finally was able to get that call. Officiating crew tonight mentioned Sergei Boyko, Justin Howard also on this crew, Joe Sichowski, and Mario Marek.
Drew, you and I were talking about the wind effect. This is one of those occasions where Lewis Hilton has to drive this ball right into the wind. So he's going to have to put some extra mustard on it, just like how you like your burgers, Drew. A little extra mustard and have the ball just sort of drive into that box.
Hot dogs as well. Here it comes from Lewis Hilton. No, Hilton out of there. Martinez sends it. Dahlgaard will give it a blast, and it sails well over the crossbar.
Well, a play from the training ground, but there's so much room for error as that ball has to come right across, and Dahlgaard has to get it right on the laces with his head down.
Well, Select is the official match ball supplier of USL Championship in many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.selectsportamerica.com for the latest Select products, specials, and more. Select, player's choice.
So I think to sum up that play, Drew, we say inventive 10, execution 0.
Clayman. Tell you what, number 19, such a presence for the Rowdies, and once again in the 11 with Forrest Lasso starting out on the bench.
So ironic. Clayman's debut was against this Rowdies team for Birmingham Legion, the first game of 2022 season, and he tore his ACL in that game and had to come off against the Rowdies after he had an impressive first 45 minutes. Coach Collins definitely took note of it and gobbled up the free agent in the offseason.
Archer. Ball eventually touched to Derek Dodson. Barajas. 1 goal and 3 assists to his credit so far in this young season. Here he is. He is an absolute wizard.
Oh, good try.
Schroeder. Dahlgaard now to Hilton. Hilton forward to Ekra. And that ball gets through. If it didn't, it would have been trouble. Traeger was right there, ready to move forward. And now Tampa Bay tries to advance it. Hilton, far side.
Lewis Hilton had to pick out the right blade of grass for Jan Ekra to get that ball first.
Ekra able to maintain control. Just outstanding from the Frenchman. Far side now, Antley. There he is. It's Jennings. Cal Jennings got a piece of it. How he musters a shot there. That's pretty good work.
Turning back the clock to his UCF days. Likes to run onto the balls like that. Likes to get behind the back line. Didn't need a touch. Good ball from Antley. Right into the path of Jennings. Takes a look at the keeper. Puts it on frame. Good save by Muse. Just good soccer all around. Pass, the shot, the save. High level.
That's save number 6 for Trey Muse this season, as Lewis Hilton now have the wind kind of working against him here. Let's see how he positions this. Lewis Hilton sends it low. Ball a bit in the crowd, goes right back. Hilton now a little hesitation, and the ball goes out of bounds. So Lewis Hilton with his 30th assist on Saturday night. The engine for this Rowdies club, and again, hasn't fully been healthy this year. I think he's getting more and more healthy with each outing. Antley and Martinez playing catch. This is Antley, and the flag will go up. I believe it was Jennings. A little bit too far.
So far, the Rowdies in the opening 23 minutes starting to gain possession count and starting to dictate the pace of the game, exactly what Charleston does not want. And Muse, with the wind at his back, is going to try to kick this as far as he could and gain as much ground as he could.
Traeger gets to it first. Voids the end line. And once again, the Rowdies trying to set up a goal kick, but we're going to have a corner coming up here. The Rowdies cannot believe it. Jordan Doherty. Oh, yeah, that was clearly.
Looks like the referee changed his mind. Good for him. Sort of took a little while, thought about it, and made the adjustment.
Augie Williams, the Sierra Leone product. 2 goals on the season.
One of those goals came against the Rowdies 3 weeks ago in Charleston. He got a goal in the Open Cup as well to take his tally to 3. Oh!
Ball gets by and it is through! Are you kidding me? We knew the wind would play tricks with the ball, but did not imagine anything like that.
Trey Muse has this huge statistic of 250 saves coming up, and that was one. He's going to have to hang his head in shame. Just a little bit of a jump. His body was nowhere near the ball, Drew. Just sort of stabbed his foot out. And Charleston Battery are now going to have to go uphill.
That's got to be the absolute worst feeling you can have in soccer, right there.
Yeah, this young man, excellent goalkeeper. You don't want to judge him off of that. And Coach Collins has to believe, well, we can't get any more fortunate than this.
So the Rowdies get an absolute gift, and they lead 1-0. Hey, at this point, we'll take anything, right?
Yeah, after the slow start, the Rowdies definitely will take anything they can get.
Ralph Small will certainly take it.
Oh,
and now Charleston coming right back along the end line, and the ball will be sent out. Battery trying to strike back quickly. Let's take one more look. How does this ball end up in the Charleston goal?
Well, the back pass by Leland Archer, it was on. And he can't believe it. Muse can't believe it. And it's not only just the goal, it's a kick in the gut. It's a bit of a morale, you know, drop.
And perhaps one for the Sports Center not top 10, perhaps.
Good to see Drew Felios. You hear that, ESPN?
Hashtag it. Definitely one we're going to be seeing. Connor Sparrow. Once again to rev it up for the Rowdies.
Well, Charleston is not going away from his high press. They're committed to it, expecting an error. But it takes so much commitment from the front line. And now they have to track back and get in position.
Oh, and this is Lewis Hilton down, and he is in some pain. And you hear Coach Collins unhappy.
The part of the press can get a little bit desperate, and Markkanen came right in and was committed to the challenge. Caught Lewis Hilton. Let's take a look again. Markkanen committed to that tackle, and looks like he caught Lewis's ankle as he was about to lay it off.
And Lewis Hilton, he has been trying to get that ankle back up to speed in the early part of the season, so certainly does not want to re-aggravate it at this point. Looks like he is okay.
Now, because of that press, looked like Aaron Guillen he's going to play things a little bit safer and go over the top.
Jennings trying to get position. Is body to body on Derek Dotson. Official right there to make the call.
Again, that ball just swirling in the air like a knuckler.
Had a nice conversation with Cal Jennings, number 26 for the Rowdies, earlier this week, and he talked about not trying to fill the shoes, but sort of bring some of the Sebastian Guenzati characteristics to the Rowdies that Seba had in his glorious time here. And gotta love this guy, Cal Jennings. He so enthusiastic, so happy to be here in the Tampa Bay area. And
so down to earth. Talking to him midweek, he was just so easy to talk to. Talked about his previous experiences. Oh.
Get it through traffic and now shoot it on just off the post. Connor Sparrow and the Rowdies perhaps lucky again.
Well, Markkanen just made something out of nothing. Taking on players, drifting past them. Here's this little double touch. 1, 2, and he's off. And then lays it into Traeger. Had a great opportunity there. It's the outside of the post. That is just unbelievable individual talent by Markkanen. Wow.
Another foul going to be called, this on Sebastian Dahlgaard.
Well, full credit to Charleston. After they conceded, they've been pressing high and giving Rowdies fits in the last 5 minutes.
So the Battery settling things down here. Polvara. A.J. Patterson, the Granada international, will track it down. And here's Muse. See the wind and the effect that it has had on this match thus far. The lone goal, a direct cause of it.
There's another one just hanging up in the air. Wow.
Yeah, clearly the Rowdies playing against that wind right now.
Credit to Charleston in making the most of it.
Rowdies will have that advantage in the second half. Jennings holds it up. Antley. Hilton to Martinez. Ekra, this is his spot. Jan Ekra sends it across the pitch to Dahlgaard.
With Ariel Martinez's willingness to come deep all the time, sometimes like Jan Ekra breaks free, and he only has Cal Jennings as that one target rather than the second forward. That sort of makes things a little bit easier for Charleston. Oh,
nice little touch. Here comes Charleston once more. Look out, this is Markkanen, and he has it taken away. Rowdies defense doing their job. Jordan Doherty. Like Doherty proven himself more and more as a legit defender to be reckoned with. And here's Schroeder. And Chris Allen once more. Allen will try and service one in. It'll be touched back. Ball still alive. Aaron Guillen clears it temporarily. Dotson tries to get another bite of the apple. Schroeder has it deep for Tampa Bay, and it's sent out of bounds. Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference winners, Louisville City FC. Don't miss the start of the new season, the USL on ESPN, Saturday, May 13th, 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
What a clash that's going to be. I mean, that is two big hitters in the East going at it.
Ekra to Dahlgaard. Rowdies goal coming off an own goal. Actually came off the foot of Leyland Archer and right past the keeper Trey Muse. That's where we stand right now. Rowdies with a 1-0 lead. Kleeman to Martinez.
Tell you what, Martinez's pass wasn't on the money, but the turn in traffic again just shows what the Cuban can do.
So now it's Chris Allen. Look at Martinez. Boy, that is not easy at his age, too, Ryan, to go nearly a full 90 on Saturday. Was subbed out late in that match. Come back on just a few days later and do what he's doing here tonight.
You know, we asked Coach Collins about that, and he just said he is a footballer, first and foremost. You put him on the pitch, and his brain just says go. Doesn't matter if it's 3 games on the trot or 4 games on the trot. What a joy to the coaching staff to have.
35th minute. Dotson and Archer. A.J. Patterson. Patterson, little flick forward. And once again, Charleston just trying to find the right mix moving forward.
Well, because they're playing this 4-3-1-2 diamond, the width is going to come from the fullback, so Wine has to come up on that left side and provide that width for this team, and in order to create space for the people inside. Without that natural width or someone overlapping, it gets too crowded and gets predictable to defend.
Now it's Allen. Allen will take a shot. Ball had some mustard on it.
"17 years old, Drew Fellows. Let me tell you something. At 17 years old, the last thing I was thinking about is USL Championship and leading this league in assists. And that's what this young man is doing. Beautiful header.
Schroeder gets a toe on it. Ekra settling. Sebastian Dahlgaard. Sparrow on the ground. So Martinez tracks it to Jordan Doherty. Mentioned Jordan Doherty as he's showing you something, Ryan, in his second stint as a Rowdy. Is this version of Jordan Doherty a little bit tougher, a little bit grittier than the one that we remember from a few years ago?
Seems very defensively sound. He can play both the holding midfield as well as the centre-back position. But he seemed to have taken this right centre-back position over the last 2-3 weeks and really made it his own.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Yeah, definitely more agile from what we've seen in the past.
Maybe it's the beard too.
Could be the beard.
Had that baby face a few years ago.
He did. Now he means business.
He's gone Forrest Lasso on us, right?
Exactly.
Lumberjack.
Irish lumberjack. Huh.
Forrest Lasso also in his second stint as a Rowdy. Great to have those two guys back in the fold. Sparrow gets his hands on it.
But this man on the ball now, Kleeman, is really starting to make this centre-back position his own. Had a great outing against Nona FC in the Open Cup, then followed up on Saturday against Miami, and now tonight, Forrest Lasso is going to have to work his way back into this lineup.
Aaron Guillen and the Rowdies enjoying a 1-0 lead. Little pace here. Cal Jennings sends it right. Antley sizing things up, being marked by Wynn. And now Lewis Hilton. Martinez. Guillen and Eckert get a touch. Not a lot of offense thus far. As you see Freddie Kleeman right there. Could we see him and Forrest Lasso on the field at the same time and being a big part of the Rowdies defense moving forward? I think Coach Collins is pondering that, how much he can possibly do it. Kleeman going to get whistled right there. But is that something? You got two big bodies like that. Does that fit, Ryan, in a normal scheme?
Yeah, if you look at Doherty and Aaron Guillen, both of them agile centre-backs playing right alongside Kleeman, who's a big body and he can dominate in the air. But I think if you put Lasso and Kleeman, and as far as Lasso looking on, if you put them together, you could sort of slow down your back line. And I think Jordan Doherty, it's going to be hard to get him out of that position, barring an injury right now. But yes, if push comes to shove, yes, absolutely, you can put two of them together.
Doherty. And Leonekra combining. Make Charleston chase here, 40th minute. Rowdies looking to double their lead. Jan Ekra. Sebastian Dahlgaard settles. Schroeder in a crowd. Goes down. Looks like he took a shot there. No call. We're going to play on. And Barajas will work against Tampa Bay.
Chance for Charleston to get one back before the half. It looks like they're finally going to kick this one out because of Schroeder.
So Schroeder gets up a little bit frustrated here. 41st minute, Rowdies still have the edge. Coming up at halftime, stay tuned, you don't want to miss this. As the reigning USL Championship MVP, Leo Fernandez, will join us here in the booth. Leo Fernandez with us at halftime. We'll also have highlights and stats and Ryan's second half outlook. Busy halftime coming up here from Al Lang. Stay tuned for that.
Who can? The Samba man can.
Oh, do we miss him? Face of the franchise, Leo Fernandez. That's so much to this team, and Rowdies have got to just play on without him here for the rest of the season.
Looks like just from the body language of the Rowdies, just now Jan Ekra had a semi-break, and instead of Seb Dahlgaard making that run, he sort of tracked back and they brought the ball backwards rather than forwards. And this is the Skyway casuals. Rav's mob midweek makes no difference for these guys. Still they're having a blast.
See Mr. Cundiff there on the drums.
Yes.
Really loves that spot, doesn't he?
He does.
Hanley being held once again. No call this time. Dante Polvara. Involved here for Charleston. And now Chris Allen, the Englishman, surging forward. Jan Ekra trying to keep pace. This one sent in, trying to set up a header. Ricochets out. Martinez with Jennings. Jennings touched it across. Schroeder just kind of watches it.
Yeah, Schroeder standing in an offside position. He knew it. If he went behind it, they would call for the free kick, so just let it run. I have to say though, Ben Perman cannot be too angry with this performance. So far, 5 shots to 3. Charleston over the Rowdies, with none on target for Charleston. Very uncanny, uncharacteristic from them. But they've done well in possession. It's been a 50-50 possession. Actually more leaning towards Charleston. So they've done everything right on the road.
Now it's A.J. Patterson. Rowdies defense shifting. Schroeder now comes up to apply a little pressure. Jennings also comes up briefly, and the battery will send it end over end.
I think again, Drew, there's no width to play with. Everything has to be down the middle, and that sort of makes the Charleston team sometimes a little bit predictable when the Rowdies get behind the ball.
Saw Guillen try to get it to Schroeder. Dotson will get out of the way, let Barajas work. Now Derek Dotson. Schroeder able to collect it. Dalgard up to Jennings. Jennings, nicely done. Here's Martinez. On the run, Kyle Jennings tries to avoid the tackle. Tell you what, Jennings has got some wheels. He is exciting. Schroeder, a little flick. And right now Schroeder trying to just stay upright. He has taken some shots over the last few minutes.
Well, he's shifty and tricky. So just sort of flicking the ball past the defender and call for the body check. What a great tackle by Leland Archer. The long leg of the law stopping Jennings. Here's a little flick by Jennings, by Schroeder. Now, we talk about mustard, Drew, and I know you like mustard, but Lewis Hilton has enough space here, has enough room to work with to really let one fly. Now, he's going against the wind. That's going to be a factor. But Trey Muse, his confidence has to be a little bit short. Let's see if Lewis Hilton can test him and see if he can bring the best out of the goalkeeper.
Hilton puts a little extra spin on it.
So 2 free kicks now. Lewis Hilton goes indirect to a direct free kick, so as to let the battery off the hook in that first free kick. Again, lets the battery off the hook again, trying to just dig this one in. Kind of playing it a little too close to caution with those free kicks in that area. You want to see him let one fly, just put one on target, you know?
But that 1 minute of extra time here coming to a conclusion. Should be the last chance here for the Rowdies. Connor Antley to throw it in quickly and will not get a chance here. That will do it for the first half of play. So the Rowdies get a gift and they head to the locker room with a 1-0 lead over the Charleston Battery. First goal scored by the Rowdies against Charleston this year. Remember, they were shut out back on March 25th. So the Rowdies leading. Leo Fernandez making his way up to the booth. We'll talk to the reigning MVP coming up next on a Wednesday night from LA.
Can health insurance help cure loneliness? Can it take care of your best friend too? Or hold your hand for 9 months? Can it be there for you at 3 a.m. or inspire you to go the extra mile? We think so, which is why every day we ask ourselves, what else can health insurance do? Come find out.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Welcome back to our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Hope you're enjoying Tampa Bay taking on Charleston, and we've got a very special guest for this halftime. He is the MVP of USL Championship for 2022, Leo Fernandez. Leo, great to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
First off, Leo, how are you feeling after suffering that Achilles injury in the preseason?
Yeah, I feel great. Going through the rehab process now. I'm taking it day by day. Each day is a challenge, but I'm feeling good and ready to overcome this.
You've been there. You've been so supportive of your teammates as you have been on the men. But what do you hope to accomplish here throughout the season, not being on the field?
Yeah, just to be helpful to any way that I can be, in the locker room, off the field. If anybody has any advice that they need, I'm happily here to share my wisdom and just be there for the guys.
Give us your assessment so far on the Rowdies in this young 2023 season.
Yeah, we obviously we started a little bit slow, but it's a bunch of new guys trying to click and gain that chemistry. And then I think you saw last game what we can do, and I think that's what we're going to see in the upcoming games.
Watching some clips of you from last year, just an unbelievable 2022 campaign, MVP of the league. You're 31 years old now. You're facing this injury, one of the toughest obstacles you'll face in your career. What do you hope to accomplish for the rest of your soccer career?
Yeah, honestly, I take it day by day. But when I look at the future goal is to come back even stronger than when I left off. So that's what I see in my future, and that's my goal.
You and your wife Emily have become such staples in the community here as well. Your two sons, Cristiano, little Leo as well. How are they taking it at home? And just talk about family life these days.
Yeah, that's one of the positives. I'm getting to spend a lot more time with them. Little Leo, he is desperate for me to get back on the field, but I told him that this year we're going to have to watch it together, and it'll be a lot more fun.
We certainly miss you. Are we going to see you next year in a Rowdies uniform playing on this field?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I love playing for the Rowdies. I love playing in front of the fans. I'm definitely gonna play next year.
One of the all-time greats, Leo Fernandez, joining us here at halftime. Leo, we wish you the best of luck, and please get well.
Thank you.
More Visit Tampa Bay halftime show when we return to Outlank Stadium.
We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. We all have goals. But let's be honest, most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Welcome back to the Visit Tampa Bay halftime show. Visit Tampa Bay, where pleasure awaits. These are the storylines we're following. 20 USL Championship and 5 USL League One teams advance to the next round of Open Cup play, and that action continues on April 25th. The Rowdies will square off with the Houston Dynamo. It's an MLS squad right here at Alling. That's going to be a special night, April 26th, 7 p.m. The time, mark your calendar. And the top 5 power rankings go like this. Sacramento right now atop the table, San Antonio, San Diego, Charleston, and Lou City in that top 5. Yes, the Battery, that good. They're the Rowdies' opponent right now. Take a look at our USL Team of the Week. And the best 11 right there. Valesky named your USL Championship Player of the Week. Keep an eye on that Mark Kanich too. He is a player for Charleston. We're going to see his best here in the second half. There you take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. Birmingham right now with 10 points leads the way. Lou City, Charleston, FC Tulsa, and the Pittsburgh Riverhounds right now in the top 5. The Rowdies, that 3 points on Saturday night, absolutely huge, immediately puts them right back into the mix. No scores around the league tonight. This is the only show across the league. A Wednesday night showdown here at Al Lang, and right now the Rowdies lead 1-0 over the Charleston Battery. We'll be back with more halftime. Ryan Davis takes center stage when we come back.
What happens when a company puts health solutions at the center of everything it does? At Florida Blue, Tai Chi happens. Nurse visits happen. This happens. A nutrition class happens. Answers to your health insurance questions happen. And a healthier you happens. So come by your local Florida Blue Center and experience health solutions at the center.
Where will your new Chevy take you this year? Anywhere. Find new experiences, find new roads. Get 2.99% financing for 5 years on all 2022 Silverado 1500 pickups, or current competitive owners get $3,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado with a 2.7-liter engine. See your local Chevy dealer.
Our Visit Tampa Bay halftime show continues. Visit Tampa Bay, where treasure awaits. Halftime score, Rowdies lead over Charleston by a count of 1-0. Drew Felios back with Ryan Davis. That's definitely a different way to score a goal if you're the Rowdies, but you'll certainly take it here in a game where Charleston is always so good against you.
And Charleston have done everything right on the road. They control possession. They have more shots than the Rowdies in the first half. Just one unfortunate incident by a Trinidadian himself, Leland Archer, and a bit of a misunderstanding with goalkeeper Muse. But a 1-0 lead for the visitors,
and
for the
not
home team.
Many highlights in the first half. Really, this again would be perfect for the ESPN not top 10.
Correct. And poor Muse, who's on the cusp of a great statistic of 250 championship saves, now is on the end of an unfortunate own goal. However, Markinich gets to the byline, delivers this one, and Traeger almost equalizing for the visitors. I tell you what, the Charleston Battery have done everything right but get the ball in the back of the net. First half statistics, 1 goal to the Rowdies, the all-important statistics, 5 shots to 3 for Charleston. Now, in regards to possession, 52% to Charleston, 47% for the home team. It means that Charleston are controlling the tempo. Exactly what the keys to the game we spoke at the beginning of the game. Now, offsides 2-1, yellow cards 1-0. Battery doing everything right. Rowdies, however, have to maintain and get back hold of possession to control the second half.
So a tough moment for Trey Muse, Charleston keeper, but he is certainly going to recover here as we head into the second half. We'll also look ahead for the Rowdies, the upcoming schedule, heading to San Diego. Remember, the Loyal came here to Al Lang got a big-time victory last year. Rowdies try and return the favor in the month of April. Then we'll head to Detroit City, a ruckus environment in the Motor City. That game on the 29th of April at 4 o'clock. Phoenix Rising and Detroit will come here to Owling. That Phoenix game is going to be big. And Detroit City comes right back here to downtown St. Pete. And then at Rio Grande Valley on May 20th, 8 p.m. contest there. Rowdy's schedule is going to be fun and exciting, certainly the rest of the way. Sebastian Dahlgaard and Freddie Kleeman. Productive for the Rowdies throughout the first half. Also Connor Sparrow as well, adjusting to his new teammates. Tristan Traeger had some chances for Charleston. Charleston trying to get those quick strike opportunities in, and really they had some things working there. They had more chances than the Rowdies did throughout the first 45 and change.
You know, it's all about maintaining that stamina by pressing for such long periods of time. The fact is, Charleston did disrupt the Rowdies in some sequences and almost converted. This man, Ben Perman, has to be impressed with that first half, just not with the goal, of course. Not as impressive as this man's here, which is incredible.
Well, as far as the weather is concerned, remember we started out, it was 72 degrees, gone down a couple degrees right now. Temperature reached 70, and that wind is still howling. The Rowdies will have the wind at their back here for the second half. Let's see how much of a difference that makes, because it looked like at times the Rowdies really had difficulties controlling it when they were trying to get those big runs moving forward. Let's see if that changes. We're underway, second half from downtown St. Pete.
Well, just a quick reminder to everyone, now the Rowdies have the wind at their backs, so they're going to try to pin Charleston, and just what Charleston did in the first half to the Rowdies, because they try to deliver a long ball over the top. The wind is just going to hold it up, and you're going to get pinned into your own half.
Moves, gives it up. Martinez. Oh, perhaps a chance quickly. And Schroeder just watches it. Looks like the Rowdies had a chance to go up 2-0 on another major mistake.
Well, Martinez tried to pass it to Schroeder. Schroeder was in an offside position. Martinez should have taken the shot himself and trying to put the game away at 2-0.
That's one where I know you're trying to mess with the new teammates, but you got to let her rip.
Absolutely.
Ball sent up now. See how it just gets caught in that wind. Shuffled over to Declan Wynn, South African, MLS pedigree with Vancouver and Colorado. Archer now sending right. Schroeder will break that one up.
Just a second look here. Muse under pressure. Schroeder's in an offside position here. He's still offside, and Martinez tries to release it to him. And even if by chance he stayed in an offside position, all his momentum was trying to get back onside. No chance of turning and getting a shot off. And we know Martinez loves to serve up some Cuban coffee, so he's trying to serve one up to Schroeder. Just a little too early.
So it's battery ball. Remember, both these teams coming off victories over the weekend. Charleston's a little bit more emotional than Tampa Bay, so we wondered how would the emotion of the battery hold up here tonight. So far, just a little bit flat, I think fair to say. Jennings now trying to take advantage, running, sends it left, Schroeder shot, and Muse with the rejection.
Kyle Jennings did everything right. The first touch to put him into space, and he had Schroeder dead red. He picked him out perfectly. Schroeder could have put it on any side of Muse, but hit it straight to the goalkeeper. Important save, and keeps Charleston in the game. Good save by Muse in the end, but Schroeder would want this one back. Just trying to keep it on frame.
Don't realize how big Muse is, too. He is definitely a huge target in goal.
Immediately Charleston give back up possession. Just seem to having a hard time coming out of the locker room in the opening 5 minutes. Of course, with Muse giving away one to Martinez, and then that clear-cut chance.
Muse picks it up here for the Battery. Ryan, you've been involved in this sport for a long time. I'm not sure you've been in the position of keeper, but as long as that scoreboard stays how it is, and you're Trey Muse, you're sort of thinking about it, aren't you?
I always want to use the reference to, I know they have a lot of baseball followers that watch this. It's like a pitcher on the mound. That's what a goalkeeper's job is. He's all alone. He lives and dies with his performance. He's the last guy between the goal and not being a goal. And like you said, if this score holds, it's going to be really tough on him for his psyche.
Augie Williams, Jan Ekra steps in front. And now he'll push Ekra down. And a foul will be called. See Augie Williams. Again, the Sierra Leone product. 2 goals, the lead scorer for the Battery. Here's Connor Antley. Tampa Bay trying to connect the dots here. Martinez thought he may have a run at it. Muse comes up to scoop it up.
Great interception by Alan, the Englishman. Didn't pay off, but it just shows how good he is in covering those spaces. The number 4, he is on the ball.
Declan Wynn centers it now. Traeger, look out. Here's the shot. It gets by Sparrow, and it's through. So the Charleston Battery have pulled level here in the 50th minute. It's 1-1.
The first bit of inspiration in the second half. It took 5 minutes for them to actually get their heads on into the game. And they carved the Rowdies apart right down the center. Markinich to Augustine Williams, and just gets it through the wickets of Connor Sparrow and ties this game at 1. They threatened in the first half. They had a slow beginning in the second, and they finally put it together, and Williams gets his 4th for the season, 3rd in the championship.
So 3 USL Championship goals for Augie Williams. What a year he is having, and as you said, added 1 in Open Cup play. So Coach Pearman and the Battery now can sort of take a deep breath. That goal was really hanging over them, the one that they gave up in the first half on the own goal. Rowdies trying to return the favor quickly, and Muse picks it up.
And what does that mean for those missed opportunities by Martinez and then Schroeder? Those are huge opportunities that you get in a game. You don't convert those, and the other team converts on the other end. All of a sudden now, a completely different game.
Yep. Schroeder racing to it. Leyland Archer right on his back. Archer just calmly takes it away. He is a force.
Just using that body. No harm, no foul. Gets possession right back to the Battery.
Just the really, really great players. They just do things, and it looks effortless.
Yeah.
Archer just did it. Chris Allen. Caleb Jennings trying to stay with him. Race to the end line. Wynn will cross. Rowdies playing with a little danger here.
Well, again, this one is in transition. Wynn getting to the byline, good cross, but good cover in the end as well. It was Aaron Guillen, the captain, coming right across from left center back.
Again, look at the flags blowing in the background there. Wind is absolutely whipping. Think in the Rowdies' favor here in the second half. Haven't really seen the effects of it, the full effects, so far in this first 7 minutes. Here's Polvara. Povar going to come back and get it. Try and service one in again. Deflected by Jordan Doherty. This is Wynn. And Sparrow going to take it out of the air. Martinez try to build here for Tampa Bay. The offensive punch has certainly lacked thus far for the green and gold. Let's see if Jennings and company can ignite it. Martinez trying to get to it. Ball gets punched away, and the Rowdies will throw it in.
Well, the pass didn't have the pace on it, but this is what Kyle Jennings likes. He likes to turn and run at players. Something he's enjoyed so far in this offense.
Antley tracking back. Lewis Hilton. Share it now to Ekra. Sebastian Daugard in the box. Sebastian tries to take a shot, tried to maneuver there. Derek Dotson in his way. And here comes the 17-year-old Barajas. Flag will go up. Augie Williams running ahead of everybody. He already has a goal for Charleston.
Well, with Seb Dalgard, because he's not a natural left footer, defenders know eventually he wants to cut in on that right. And they read it like a script. And got down in front of the shot, parried it away, and then you got the chance to see Barajas in full flow. Just blows past one, but Williams offside. Just shows the talent this Charleston team has if it wants to counter-attack.
Now it's Doherty. Lewis Hilton locked up in the midfield. Doherty's going to have to do some work here. Hilton ends up with it quickly. Good job by the Rowdies adjusting there. Martinez. And now Doherty again. Oh, nicely done. Good idea, at least. Jennings thought about off the foot of Schroeder. Okay, I know it's the 56th minute mark, but I got to tell you, I'm very eager tonight to see Dayon Harris coming off the bench, because, you know, we were so excited to see him in the starting lineup early in the season. Didn't really work out there, but tonight Dayon will come off the bench again, and interesting to see how number 21 will respond. Still, I think some time before we go to the bench, but this guy right here, I think it's his time to do something.
Yeah, you know, Coach Collins always has in the back of his head, do I give him 60 minutes or 30 minutes? Tonight he's going to give him 30, and he really does produce a lot of havoc when he comes on the field for 30 minutes. He has so much pace. He's very unsettling for wide defenders and can really create some chances for the players inside.
Here's Wynn. Back to Polvara. Chris Allen. And now Leyland Archer. A.J. Patterson.
Good ball.
Daugard. That ball given away here. Schroeder in a collision. And a card will come out. So it looks like the player down is going to be assessed the yellow. Williams trying to get an explanation here. And he can't believe it, you see. Nick Markanich thought he got the worst of that one. Oh, and he may have a point there. Schroeder got him with the elbow.
That is a really tough call on the youngster. Didn't know much about it. Schroeder has to be fortunate to get away with the yellow card there.
Yes, certainly one where you just kind of shake your head there. But of course, keep in mind, we have the benefit of replay up here. It happens so fast on the field. There are going to be some missed calls here in USL Championship play. We have learned that.
Oh, yeah.
Over the last 5 years.
Starting to see Barajas drift outside to give some width now.
To follow up on that altogether, the officiating, I think, has been improved over the years, but it's not going to be perfect. And right there, you just saw an example. Schroeder trying to stay onside. Here he comes. Into the 18. Shuffling, tracking back. Ekra. Lewis Hilton with Dahlgard. Kleeman. Jordan Doherty once again just gives it away. Not what the Rowdies were looking for there. Tristan Traeger. He's been kind of a thorn in the Rowdies' side tonight. He's been everywhere. Number 21.
What a chance for Jordan Doherty to get it right now. I think Rowdies will do well to switch the play. Battery are doing a great job in closing down, but now is a chance to switch the field and find some space on the opposite end. You have Sebastian Dahlgard having a relaxing time on the line.
'60th minute, tied at 1. Drew Felios and Ryan Davis here in downtown St. Pete. Al Lang Stadium, home of the Rowdies. Rowdies lost 3-0 to this Charleston club back on March 25th, trying to get one back here. But right now, this game is not.
The Rowdies 50-50 charity raffle supports youth programming across Tampa Bay. Half of today's jackpot goes back into our community, supporting youth programming.
Guillen heads it. Dahlgard tries to send it up as well.
So Coach Collins looks like he's going to be the first to try and make a move. Ben Perman, understand, they're the only undefeated club in the USL right now. They are okay with holding this and continue to keep knocking on the door with possession, sort of tire out the Rowdies, frustrate them, and look for openings when the Rowdies push forward.
And player tripped up right there, and it was Markanich asking for it and was able to get the call that time. Well, Tampa Bay is Florida's most ways to play. Plan your next adventure at visitTampaBay.com. That's visitTampaBay.com, where treasure awaits. And sure enough, the guy who we talked about, Dayon Harris, is now off the bench on the Rowdies side, and looks like he is going to be checking in here very soon.
Have to assume it's for Seb Dahlgard.
I think it could be for Schroeder.
Schroeder,
but let's see. Patterson. Here's Wen. Traeger. Try and get this to the end line, and it will go through out of bounds. Declan Wen, the intended target, as we're now in the 62nd minute.
You know, that's not such a bad idea. If you have Dayon Harris further up the field rather than just outside on the wing. So, but he is going to have to play in tighter spaces if he's going to play in Schroeder's role. He's getting instructions now from Coach Collins in regards to the Charleston battery. Here is Harris.
A little extra instruction here from Coach Neal.
Survey says nope.
They'll wait just a few moments longer. And I also believe that's Charlie Dennis, who was up for the Rowdies as well. Charleston once again called for the offside.
Well, I tell you what, Kleeman took a gamble and lost, and was very fortunate for an offside call eventually.
Coach Pearman there livid on the far side. Doherty. Jennings. Not a lot of room to operate for Antley, and somehow he gets it out of there. It's Martinez with Jennings. Caleb Jennings trying to be the spark that the Rowdies need. Hilton, Ekra.
Great job defensively by the battery. The transitional defense in that sequence was fantastic. They're all back behind the ball. Now the Rowdies have to reset.
Antley, here it comes. It gets through. Set right back out. Rowdies unable to muster a shot. Tristan Traeger, meanwhile, the other way. How about this counter for Charleston? Don't let that guy get it. Williams, simply lethal.
Well, Aaron Guillen is still on the ground and he's writhing in pain. An excellent slide tackle to break up the play, but looks like he's going to pay the price.
So Aaron Guillen get up really slowly here for the Rowdies. We'll take one more look. Oh, right there. It was friendly fire.
Yeah.
As he collided with Kleeman that time. So Deon Harris set to check in for the Rowdies. Also Charlie Dennis, first-year Rowdy player, check in as well. Schroeder's night is through. Did not go quite as smooth as it did for Schroeder on Saturday night.
And you know what, though? I think that's okay. He played Tuesday night against Nona. He played Saturday night against Miami, and on Wednesday night against Charleston. That's a lot of minutes in such a short period of time. Now, this young man, Charlie Dennis, is coming in for Jan Ekra's position in the middle draw. A lot of energy, long legs, powerful. Rowdies expect a lot from him this season, but Jan Ekra has been playing at such a high clip.
So here come the Rowdies with Doherty.
Tell you what, Charleston battery just looked like the finished product. Here they are on the road against Tampa Bay. They have a lovely mix of youngsters and veterans like this man, and they seem to be like a well-oiled machine. They play very compact, so you're not going to get anything easy from them. And then going forward, they have enough skill to finagle their way through the middle and get opportunities. I mean, they missed one or two from Trigger in the first half, but Williams gobbled that chance up. And now in a tough environment, 1-1.
Here comes the battery, another shot on the way. And this one way to the right. Oh, Williams is aggressive, isn't he?
Prototypical number 9, runs off the ball, willing to shoot, willing to do the hard work.
Now it's Martinez being held up, and we'll have another whistle here as he was being clearly impeded. We don't want you to miss a minute of action in 2023. Whether your club is on the road or at home, catch nearly every second of USL Championship action on ESPN Plus, the home to the USL, MLS, La Liga, Bundesliga, UFC, and more. Sign up today at ESPNplus.com.
Drew, after I look at my USL Championship on ESPN Plus, and then I switch across to La Liga, do you know what I also switch across to?
What's that?
Cricket. Cricket comes on ESPN Plus as well. I know you've been dying to find out that, but there you go. So if you have not signed up for ESPN Plus, there's a whole lot of content.
Yeah, there certainly is. And we have a yellow dealt here. And Charlie Dennis, I think, the recipient.
Well, Dennis coming on and trying to get stuck in, as they say. Just lunged.
So Charlie Dennis doesn't waste much time, does he? Comes right into the game, picks up a yellow.
It's right into the coach's book. Derek Dodson is the poor recipient of the tackle. Tell you what, in the opening 3 games of the season, even though the Rowdies floundered, this young man put out some great performances. Yes, the team results didn't show, but he definitely stepped up and did his part. After 3 games, he led the league in crosses, had an assist to his name.
So here come the Battery. Markanich, very active tonight for Charleston on the road. Dayon Harris has it taken away, and Charleston will control. It's not much for the Rowdies offensively here in half number 2 thus far. Still a little bit more than 20 minutes to go in regulation time. Into Harris. Harris will get it out of trouble. Aaron Guillen, if you're just joining us, 100th appearance as a Rowdy here tonight. Freddie Kleeman, another solid night in the back. Gets it over to a streaking Sebastian Dahlgaard.
Again, Battery just showing that defensive posture. Nowhere for Dahlgaard to go, but right into that traffic with Dayon Harris. Immediately closed down.
You just said it right there, nowhere to go. Those sidelines, whether it's Antley or Dahlgaard, there's just not a lot of room to operate. They're getting kind of pressed up against that sideline.
So even though there is, the wide players do have space to get the ball, there's nowhere to go to get inside. It's so compact and so well organized.
Yeah, right here is what we're talking about. Rowdy's trying to figure it out here on the fly. Antley to Hilton. Tampa Bay again just a little uncomfortable, trying to work their way into that final third.
Because of that nice tight diamond formation, players like Dante Pulvara, Barejas and Marquinhos can operate in those tight spaces with Allen.
Jordan Doherty to throw it in for Tampa Bay. Caleb Jennings. Been, I think, the lone offensive spark tonight for the Rowdies. But that one got away from him, as Dahlgaard was the intended target. Here comes Charleston again. This is Derek Dotson. He'll send it on the ground. Oh, Kleeman flat out misses it. And Charleston trying to make the Rowdies pay. Another chance for the visiting side. And it's off of Guillen and out of bounds.
Well, Cal Jennings did the hard part, breaking away from that press on one side, cuts inside, just has to release it to Dahlgaard and completely flummoxes his pass. And then on the other end, Rowdies really kind of on the ropes a little bit in the last 10 minutes.
Corner kick on the way from the Charleston Battery. This ball is sent in, hooking. Rowdies trying to clear it. Shot blocked. Tampa Bay dodges major bullet there, and they're not out of the woods just yet. Battery trying to get another shot on, and this one is finally out of bounds. So keep in mind, the Rowdies playing their 3rd match in 8 days. And Ryan, right now, are we starting to see maybe some of that wear and tear show in just a little bit here?
I think yes, but also let's keep in mind the opposition, how good the Battery are. We talked about that finished product. Very little, I mean, there are not many holes in their lineup. And I think this team is just ripe for winning and executing. So understand, yeah, the Rowdies are struggling a bit, but boy, the Battery are playing at a high level. Just breaking up plays, allowing the Rowdies the sideline, and as soon as they come in from the sideline, they steal the ball and then create moments like this.
Charleston had that emotional game Saturday at Patriots Point. And right now they are showing they're up to the task. Dayon Harris, the crowd comes alive. They know the spark 21 brings to the field. Tried to get it to Charlie Dennis. Tampa Bay just not crisp tonight in that final third at all.
Well, I think Coach Collins wanted Dayon to run at Leland Archer. He had him out of the box and on his own on an island. And yeah, I think he wanted Dayon to sort of take the responsibility and not just give it up to Carl Jennings and incoming traffic.
Saw Coach Collins just livid.
I think he was speaking Scottish there.
Well, whatever he was speaking definitely was not sending well
Not
wishes.
PG-13.
Martinez able to get it back for Tampa Bay, and now Sparrow to give it a ride. 75th minute. This is Guillen. Kleeman will chase it down. Sparrow sends it up the pitch. Martinez. Jennings able to take it away. Antley. And a clear shove from behind. And that'll be a foul, Chris Allen.
I mean, we understand that Allen eventually did win the ball, but had to go through Martinez to do so. Of course, the referee right on top of the action. Now, tricky little spot here, Drew. It's too far for a shot, but do you have enough room to dink it over and allow the players to run onto it?
That's a great question.
That's why I call it a tricky little spot.
One I think Lewis Hilton is going to answer here.
Yeah, he's definitely going to go for the last post. Let's see if Kleeman and Dalgard can come around the far side. Oh, do we have Connor Antley making a run?
Here it is from Hilton. Oh, headed up! And a fingertip on it. Kleeman got a piece. The right man at the right time for Tampa Bay. Corner kick coming up.
Well, remember the Rowdies got a goal from a set piece in the last match. It was Jennings from Lewis Hilton from the same corner. But this ball beautifully played in. Kleeman just getting ahead to it. Good save in the end by Muse in the right position. Now, is this from this very corner that Kleeman scored? Sorry, it was Jennings who scored against Miami on Saturday night.
Hilton. Doherty tries to redirect. Rowdy still playing to win possession here. It's Dennis.
Oh!
Charlie Dennis with a rocket.
Well, Charlie Dennis is asking, how dare you back up on me? He backs up and puts his laces through this one. It just whizzes past.
Came off that deflection.
Charleston substitution in the 77th minute. Now into the game, number 21, Tristan Straker.
So the Rowdies finding something offensively here. That was the best they've looked there over the last few minutes. Arturo Rodriguez will come on. He was the hero from Saturday night for the Battery. Tristan Traeger's night is done.
Well, like you mentioned earlier in the broadcast, Drew, Rodriguez getting that last-minute effort. There's Traeger, who had an excellent first half.
Derek Dotson will throw it in right in front of Neil Collins. 1-1 the score. Drew Felios and Ryan Davis with you. Our phenomenal Tampa Bay Rowdies crew. Bringing you Rowdies soccer. Tampa Bay went on top on an own goal in the first half. So they took a 1-0 lead to halftime. Charleston came back and got one from Augie Williams to level things in the 50th minute. But here we are, tied at 1. Now it's the Battery. Chris Allen tracking it back. Former Memphis 901 FC. Polvara.
Great sequence for Charleston Battery. This time in the game, a lot of tired legs. And they're holding possession. Not only just side to side, but they'll be going forward and penetrating lines like that.
This is Arturo Rodriguez. A.J. Patterson again. Declan Nguyen. South African will reset things. And you're absolutely right, Ryan. It looks like the Battery are in absolutely no hurries whatsoever.
Yeah, Rowdies behind the ball. Right now, all 11 players for the Rowdies in their own half. And the Battery's just going to go side to side and try to lure them out.
Now finally turning, sending one right down the middle. Sparrow will pick it up for Tampa Bay. Lewis Hilton, quick counter, Dayon Harris. Oh, Polvara, beautifully done. Getting it right back for the Battery.
He's been elegant the entire game, that number 6. He is fantastic to look at. I'll tell you what, that ball from Lewis Hilton to Dayon Harris was spectacular. Harris's touch let him down, but it shows what Hilton can do.
Charleston has themselves a club. Touch this one up in the air, and again it's Sparrow. Paco Craig leads Miami FC into Kentucky to face Josh Winder and the reigning Eastern Conference winners Louisville City. Don't miss the start of the USL season on ESPN Saturday, May 13th, 7 Eastern time on ESPN2. Player goes down, courtesy of Cal Jennings. Jennings just kind of smiles.
But that all started with A.J. Patterson right on Cal Jennings' back, not allowing the forward to get a calm touch on the ball, and it creates an untidy touch from Jennings. Now Jennings has to go chasing and gives up the foul.
Interesting to see if the Rowdies go to their bench one more time here tonight. Or do we ride with our 2 subs, Dennis and Harris, the rest of the way?
I think we might get a chance to see Jerome Williams in action. He came on in the end of the Miami game. Got some minutes. See if they stay with Cal Jennings or not. Of course, Rakiem Kusana. As for the Battery, they still have the very experienced Robbie Crawford, who plays midfield. And I know how much this Battery team relies on that diamond midfield. He can definitely provide some reassurance and some fresh legs.
To throw it in quickly here for the Rowdies. A little frustrated. Felt like Charleston was trying to stall just a little bit there. Clayman now sends it back to Sparrow. How many more opportunities will the Rowdies get? There's one that gets away there.
So Dalgar has been waiting for that switch for about 3 or 4 minutes now. When it finally came, just was not executed. It just shows how out of sync the home team is because of this Battery pressure, and also the Battery's willingness to hold possession. Hilton.
Now it's Jennings. Jennings racing forward, no whistles here.
Fantastic tackle, I think it was Pulvara again. So the Battery, 55% possession to the Rowdies 45, and this is the Battery on the road, controlling the tempo, like we said in the keys to the match draw.
Send it forward, Augie Williams. Trying to get on top of it, Aaron Guillen will throw it in for Tampa Bay.
Again, just another example, nowhere for Deon Harris to go. Try to make the big switch because the only open player was Connor Antley. But you have to get across all of these sea of white shirts to get to Antley. Got bailed out with a call, but it just shows how quickly the Battery are closing down when the Rowdies go out to the sides. Here it comes again.
Jennings trying to get ahead of it. Now the defender goes down. And this could be it for Jennings as Lucky M. Kosana, number 77, legendary Tampa Bay Rowdy, set to check in. Jennings, a goal Saturday night, some chances tonight, and here comes Lucky.
Now, a week ago, right here in Allianz Stadium, he got a goal against Nona FC. Lucky M. Kosana, and he's going to try to replicate that one again tonight.
So many great moments here at Al Lang for Lucky. Could he possibly get a chance in the waning moments here? At some point, Rowdy's going to have to come up and apply some pressure here. Leyland Archer and the Battery so content to just kill clock. So now here's Guillen with Harris. Stay on Harris, the fresh legs. Lewis Hilton redirecting things. Kleeman. Martinez. Harris stays upright. Dahlgart. Rowdy's trying to keep possession.
Deon Harris trying to just wiggle free those white shirts.
There's been times tonight where it feels like there's 12 of those white shirts on the field.
Yeah, that's how connected they are. Talk about defensive continuity. Well, look at the Battery. They move as a group and they hunt in packs.
Yeah, really a testament to the way they play. There's been so many times tonight where it just feels like they've got the numbers edge. Antley. Once again, 3 white shirts surrounding him. Lewis Hilton. Head of steam for number 4. Lewis sends it left. Shot on! Oh, just wide right. What an opportunity the Rowdies had. And it came off the foot of Charlie Dennis.
Well, great decision by Lewis Hilton, who seems to have eyes all around his head. Picks out Charlie Dennis. Great shooting technique, and it just clips the far post. What a chance.
Dennis knows it. Charlie Dennis spent a lot of time in League One, getting the experience, eventually the opportunity to come up here to USL Championship. Now at Tampa Bay Rowdy. Opportunities like that, when they're there, you got to deliver eventually.
Yeah, did everything right, went across the goalkeeper, which is supposed to do, looking for that last post, just 1 inch wide.
Another change here. Barajas will exit the game, and Aiden Apodaca comes in for the Battery. Well, that run was pretty, though. Rowdies have not had many runs orchestrated like that, Ryan, where it's just connecting the dots, getting into that final third, and getting a clear shot to finish. Lucky trying to shake free here. And Tosana trying to stay on side. Just couldn't do it.
Yeah, like you said, Drew, 8 shots apiece. 3 of those shots from the Rowdies on target. Just 1 for Charleston. That's the Charleston goal. But remember, one of those shots was Schroeder, who was point blank and eventually found the goalkeeper, Muse.
So now what do we have? Yellow card dealt. Charleston players having it out with our officials on the field. Sergi Boyko, Justin Howard.
I remember Muse is going to be kicking into the wind. Let's see how far he can get this one. Did the right thing, went to the sidelines, safety first.
Here's Dennis trying to get it back for his team. Well done. Doherty. And we're over 90 minutes. 3 minutes of extra time. 3 minutes to settle this one at LA.
The center referee has indicated there will be a minimum of 3 minutes of extra time in the second half.
But it's now or never for the Rowdies. They're going to have to play with some serious tempo in the closing minutes just to create a chance.
Any particular place you want to see this run come from?
From the sides, right here.
Here it is. Oh, Antley usually wins that battle.
Again, with that compact formation, that's where the space was.
Dennis. Up to Harris. Rowdies try and go here. Dahlgaard just caught up. Charleston tried to throw it in quickly, but I think it's the Rowdies' ball. So Sebastian Dahlgaard now to throw it in the 92nd minute here. Gosana tied up. So here we go. Rowdies maybe with just one more chance left, you would think. Martinez.
Again, look at the white shirts, Joe. Just closing down that space in a hurry. And Doherty has to go all the way back.
Made the Rowdies take the long route. Here's Hilton. Hilton sends it over. Dahlgaard sizing things up. Cuts it back. Right side. Dahlgaard. Here he comes. Eventually cleared.
Well, Dahlgaard in 2 minds whether to cross the ball or get a shot off. In the end, nothing comes from it.
Kleeman gets it to the sure feet of Lewis Hilton. Rowdies can still muster something here. It's Martinez. Martinez through traffic. And Ariel Martinez has it taken away. Tried to maybe do a little bit too much there.
And if there's one person who can unlock a defense, it's Martinez. I'm sure Coach Collins would not mind that run.
Battery trying to just keep everything in front of him here. Lucky on the run. Dayon Harris with it at his feet. Harris shoved out, tries to keep it alive. Here's Charlie Dennis, little flick. Nobody to receive it. Battery trying to counter. Charleston Augie Williams, the shot, score! Unbelievable. The Battery will win it here at Outlank tonight.
You want to see a finished product? The Charleston Battery are that finished product. They soaked up pressure, they stayed compact, and look at this counter-attack with the Rowdies pushing all the way up. He's onside because he's in his own half. And look at the finish through, just bends it around Connor Sparrow like a pylon. Brilliant play by Augie Williams. Goal number 5. Doherty can't believe it, but a disciplined bunch, Charleston Battery. Every time the Rowdies went out wide, they closed down the space. When they did find the space, they came up and they stayed compact, stayed patient, and the counter-attack was blistering.
Augie Williams continues his destruction right now of the competition. Absolutely breaking the Rowdies' hearts here in the final moments. So a 2-1 advantage. And right now Williams feeling the effects of that run in a full night.
So just following the script, then Permont bringing on some defenders to defend the last sequence from the Rowdies, if there is a sequence.
So 2 will check in, and you just said it. I couldn't imagine there being more than a few seconds.
Yeah.
3 minutes of extra time has certainly been used up. Rowdies are stunned right now, to say the least. Hilton tries to get it forward, and that is going to do it. The Charleston Battery have come to Outlank Stadium and absolutely stolen one. Late minute heroics and just a remarkable performance by Augie Williams. Charleston 2, Tampa Bay 1. It's going to be tough to digest this one if you're a Rowdies fan. We'll try to begin doing just that when we return.
Imagine a company steeped in heritage, innovating into the promise of what the future can bring, like a phoenix helping others find prosperity. Sagicor's brand, the wisdom to help people make solid financial decisions and the compassion to do good for society and those in need. Life insurance and annuities from Sagicor show your partner, family, and loved ones just how much you care about their financial security. Sagicor, wise financial thinking for life.
Charleston Battery 2-1 over the Tampa Bay Rowdies, and a thrilling finish. The Battery come through. 2 big goals in the second half, both by Augie Williams, one in the final minute just before the death. Take a look at the highlights, and this is how the first goal happened. Incredible. Leyland Archer tries to send it back to his goalkeeper Muse, and this one winds up in the back of the net.
Yep, happens to everyone, and boy, did the Charleston rally behind their keeper tonight to set things straight. But then Augie Williams just gets a little bit of daylight right between the wickets of Connor Sparrow, and this game is tied at 1. So Charleston getting all 2 goals. Lewis Hilton to Clement, good header, good save by Muse to make up for the first goal.
Then the Rowdies had another opportunity here late in the second half. Hilton to Charlie Dennis. This could have put the Rowdies ahead. Instead, it goes just a little bit wide. Tampa Bay still chasing, and then heartbreak.
Counter attack, and Clement is out of position. Williams is in his own half. He's not offside. And look at that for a finish. Picture perfect. Just bends it around the keeper who's in no man's land. And just like that, the efficiency of Charleston Battery machine come and get all 3 points in our land.
Final stats look like this. Look at the possession, 52%. Hand it to Charleston. They came in here and won the game. Shots on target, 2 on each side. All shots pretty even, 9-8 Charleston, the edge. And still, Ryan, I cannot believe the way this game finished. Thrilling finish, just if you're a Rowdies fan like we are.
Yeah.
You have your heart broken here tonight.
Yeah, and the Battery, they've done it from start to finish. They got some chances in the first half, which they did not finish. And now they got them in the second half and made the most of them. Excellent conversion rate in the last 45 minutes.
So let's turn our attention now to the future. A few of the Rowdies got a road trip coming up at San Diego and at Detroit City, so that's certainly going to be fun. Those 2 games in the course of 6 days. Then Tampa Bay comes home. Phoenix Rising on tap for May 6th. Following week, Detroit City comes here to downtown St. Pete. So 2 cracks at Detroit City coming up, and then heading to at Rio Grande Valley, that on May 20th. So just one of those nights, if you're a Tampa Bay Rowdy, you got to put it behind you. Still early in the season, lots to play for, and this Rowdies team not anywhere near their full potential.
Yeah, and Charleston Battery showed us what defensive continuity looks like. They stayed together as a group, kept those spaces nice and tight, stifled the Rowdies, made them make mistakes, and then they capitalized. Something the Rowdies can take into the next game after that performance from Charleston.
Hopefully a performance like this, fuel to the fire for Tampa Bay moving forward. We hope you enjoyed it. 2-1, the final score. Charleston Battery over the Tampa Bay Rowdies. For Ryan Davis and our phenomenal crew, I'm Drew Fellio saying so long from Al Lang Stadium, and have a great rest of your week.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.